lot on this table, but there can only be one show.
MTC Beats.
It's time for the Money, Mind, Mastery Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? My name is MP.
My name is Stefan SB.
And today and forever always, we are the Triple M Podcast. And SB, I want to kick it off today, man. I'm gonna tell you guys who the Triple M's are. Triple M stands for Money, Mind,
Mastery. I thought you were going to tell me. Come on, man.
I was waiting, man. You know, we're trying to get that like little duo connection going on where I say a few words and you finish it off.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But we are the Triple M Podcast, and today, man, we have a very special guest who has invited us to his gym.
Welcome.
SB, wanna kick it
Olympus,
off?
man. Yes, sir. So, we have a remarkable guest joining us today, Alex Halat. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you got her.
Also known as Hockey Marathon. Alex is not only the owner of Olympus Boxing Gym in Chestermere, but he also holds a remarkable achievement in the world of hockey. He played the longest recorded hockey game, lasting an incredibly, 262 hours? Beyond his athletic accomplishment, Alex is also a dedicated father, a loving husband, and a successful business owner. So, without further ado,
Welcome,
Alex, welcome.
Oh, you guys are more than welcome to this gym anytime. Thanks for having me
Awesome, thank you.
I'm honored to be here and just get to sit down with you and pick your brain. I'm pumped.
on. Yeah, I'm excited for today. Obviously, love to give my time to anybody, especially a group like you guys. I know you've worked closely with a couple of our fighters, and when I seen your show, I got excited.
There you go.
And
Love it.
I don't typically do podcasts. I'm a little older than you guys, so this is all new to me. So never had a headset on before. So I'm pumped.
You're hearing your own voice, huh?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
right. It's gonna be a good time, and I'm excited to shoot the shit with you and like really pick your brain because, you know, as young and upcoming dudes, seeing someone that's like extremely successful and doing in your own path, that killed it in your own path, you just want the free game, you know?
Yes, sir.
You know, and the biggest thing I tell you now is about being humble and being thankful for those, and we'll get into this, for those, again, I'm 47 years old from Northeast Calgary. It was for those that helped me and gave me a chance growing up. And, you know, we all did stupid things growing up. I'm sure you guys did. My generation did a lot of stupid things growing up, but they always forgive you and give you a second chance. And, you know, over the course of the last 10, 20, 30, 40, almost 50 years now for me, I still mess up a lot. But people forgive you, and then you learn from your mistakes, and you just keep getting better.
Absolutely.
That's all it is, and I guess that's a good segue into our next part here.
Yeah.
The gratitude series. Right?
So essentially what it is we just want to start the show off where, you know, say what we're grateful for today. Start off on a positive note. I'll start out. I'm grateful for the sport of boxing because obviously we're not going to be here today without that sport, and that's a sport that unites a lot of people, you know, from different backgrounds, from, you know, different races, a lot of different things, but I'm just grateful for the sport, and that's the reason why we're here. So
Love it, SP. And for me, I'm grateful for good health. It's one of those things that we always take for granted. You know, every time we're sick and we have a stuffy nose, I'm always like, damn, I miss the days when I could breathe properly through my nose.
Oh, man.
And I'm just grateful
Take
to
it
be
for
healthy every single day.
absolutely.
And how about you, Alex? What are you grateful for?
Honestly, just the ability to get up every morning. So, you know, I don't get into religious talks or anything like that. The way I look at life right now, in reality, the average lifespan is about 75 years.
Right.
About average. I'm 47 years old. I got 28 years left. Ballpark, on average. I'm just grateful for every day to get up and do my thing and be happy and have my family and have my friends and just enjoy life day by day and just have the best next 28 years I possibly can. So that's what I'm grateful for. Just getting up every morning.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, I love that. It's all about being present at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
You know? Like, it's nice to always, like, you know, plan ahead, but it's the now that we really have to focus on because we're not really promised tomorrow.
Yeah, you're true. You're true. Obviously, you need to have a goal.
course.
And I tell my kid, I got 3 young kids. And I guess they're 15, 12, and 10, and we try to set a goal for what they're going to do down the road. But your goal is going to basically establish what you're going to do today.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be a good human. You know, at the end of the day, we all play sport, and you guys played sport, and I coach a lot of hockey, and a lot of parents lose focus and think, well, I put my kid in hockey and go to the NHL. Completely the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Same as in boxing. You put your kid in hockey to become a good citizen. To be one day he's going to be a good employer, a good employee, a good spouse, a good father, a friend. That's why we put our kids in sport. That's the whole reason I put my kid in sport. So it all leads. It's a game. It's a long-ended game, and every day we do our piece to achieve that goal. We always got to have a goal at the end of the day, but it's what we do daily to get to there. So and focus on today, because there might not be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I never dwell on the past. Like, fuck, I've had my ass kicked in the ring. I've had my ass kicked on the ice. That was the past. I learned from that shit. So I'm going to work on today, and because there's an end game, there's an end goal at the end of the day. So. And what that end goal for me is just being happy, building my network of friends, and and helping the next kid. Because like I said, I grew up in Northeast Calgary, and I had the ability to have some pretty kick-ass coaches, some pretty awesome teachers, wicked neighbors, aunts and uncles. They gave me that ability. So now my job, fuck it, I can pass it on. I think one of your previous members or guests, Kent. Yeah, absolutely love this kid, man. This kid is fucking awesome.
Beauty.
Yeah.
He is, but man, he's a leader, and I'll do anything for this kid. And then the kids that are under him now, it's contagious. The kid's contagious, because those kids now, when they first came in, it's a boxing club. They come in, I'm fucking tough and shit. But once they meet Kent, they drop their guard and realize there's more than just being a dick.
True.
It's about being compassionate and being honest, and me being true to you, and not lying to you or myself. And actually open up my heart and keep the barrier down so we can build that connection. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it back. Let's talk about your upbringing. You mentioned Northeast Calgary. For not a lot of people know what that actually is. So just talk about how it all started.
Long story short, I'm Lebanese background. My parents came here about 55 years ago. My dad was a construction worker growing up. And when I was about 4 or 5, we were always watching hockey, and then we had a couple. And I remember, Northeast Calgary was heavily immigrated. Like, it was
100%.
It was called United Colors of Benetton. I mean, we had every nation, every color there, from white, black, Asians, Hispanic. We had everything. And so, hockey being a pretty affluent sport at the time, it wasn't really on the radar in the Northeast.
Right.
The big ones were soccer, basketball, the Caribbean sports or the Middle Eastern sports. And it was one of my neighbors who told my dad, you should put your kids in hockey. And, that was basically when it all started. My dad put me in hockey. He didn't know what hockey was, just a guy that came from Lebanon. And he knew soccer, he knew those sports.
Yeah.
And from there, just continued plugging away and just, worked my ass off. I was always in hockey, so there's 4 lines. Right. I was always a 4th line plug. I was always just that guy in the 3rd or 4th line. I wasn't the star, but I always wanted to work my ass off. I never not worked my ass off. I always gave 110%. I knew I wasn't going to get a lot of ice, but fuck, I knew I had heart.
Yep.
And I was a bit of a heavy kid. I was really good at hitting. So, it was one thing is, I'm not a goal scorer, but I could fucking run you through the boards in 2 seconds. So, and I enjoyed it. So, that was upbringing. I ended up playing junior hockey in Calgary, and then from there I ended up playing 5 years of university hockey at St. Mary's University. And at that point at 25, had numerous pro opportunities for hockey. But, just like boxing, when it just clicks, when it's no longer a passion. And I knew at 25 I didn't want to train like that anymore. I wanted to get on with my life. And not only that, my whole career in hockey was fighting.
Right.
I just didn't want to do it anymore. So at that point, rather than, getting everything punched out of my head that I've learned in the last 8 years of university, might as well apply it and do good in the world. And that's what I did. Went to the drilling rigs, and from there on just got into oil and gas and came back. Now I'm working with a few kids right now, and that's the next generation. We got a bunch of awesome kids here right now. I wish the camera could turn around and see all these kids training, and that's our next generation coming up that is going to take care of the youth 2 generations from now. So.
Yep.
It's true. You're just
Building
breeding
the next
leaders
generation.
here, right? I can see it, like you said from before, it's with Kent. Like I just love going back to him because he is honestly a great example for the next generation that you guys are building up. Every single day, his energy is contagious, like you said. Right? Every time me and you are around him, it's always a good time. So I like what you're doing around in this gym, and just the amount of leaders you're going to be making.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate, man. We have some amazing coaches here. So we got some coaches that are my age. So I'm 47 years old. We got guys in our mid-40s. We all have a similar background. Yeah. And all they want to do is give that next kid an opportunity. So, the world's a shitty place right now. Like, the world, I'm not going to get into politics, but I'm going to say it. Government fucking divides everybody.
I agree.
I don't care if you're conservative, liberal, or fucking NDP. I don't give a shit. But government is dividing everybody, and everybody's pissed off at everybody. And not just in Canada. I can go to other parts around the world, and it's religion dividing guys. Fuck, at the end of the day, we're we all bleed the same.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the wall in the gym, I got every flag up here.
Yeah.
That represents every fighter that fights out of this club. We all bleed red. That ring only has red blood in it. I don't give a fuck what religion you are, whether you're Catholic, Christian, Sunni, Shia, Jew. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit what you are. As long as you're honest, and that's what we try to teach these kids. It's an equal playing field here. Like we see no color, and government. And again, I'm never going to run as a politician, so you can air this. Government is creating divide amongst people.
It's true.
And I'm not going to get into like COVID or interest rates, or there's so many things, right? But just people need to step back and realize, like I said, we're only here we're on borrowed time.
Yeah.
We're on borrowed time. So why am I going to sit here in the 75 years statistically, if I can be pissed at you, just because you say the sky's blue and I think it's green.
Yep.
Well, for what? Why are we fighting? At the end of the day, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
There's bigger issues around us, right? Like, there's more to life than all that stuff, right? Might not be happy with each other.
And that's how it was growing up in the Northeast. We didn't see color. We didn't see color. I grew up in an era where everyone was a different color.
Yep.
But I did not see color at any time growing up in the Northeast. But for some reason now,
It's a big thing.
it's a big thing, man.
Yeah.
But
So-
for what? Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, so let me ask you this, because I'm not familiar with Calgary. I don't really know, like, the South, North, and all that stuff. Did you experience a lot of, like, racism growing up back in the day, or are you seeing it more now more than ever?
I never experienced racism growing up. No, and I never put myself in a situation to. Why? Because I was fucking nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have been a dick. Like, I was a big kid.
Yeah.
I was a big, strong kid. Now, I know I was tough as nails, but why would I ever flex on anybody? Life's too short. My
Yeah.
dad raised me to treat people with respect. My parents were awesome in a sense. They treated me with respect. Don't get me wrong, it was old school parents. Like, we got old school parenting.
Of course.
Yep.
You fucked up, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yep.
But it taught me to be humble. But no, I've never experienced. No one ever came up to me and said something because of my race or religion. So when I do see some of this online, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It obviously does happen.
Yeah.
But sometimes I question, well, what led to it? Like, no one doesn't just come up to you and say, hey, you're a, whatever, or you're this word or you're that word. Like, what led up to it? At some
always a
point,
backstory.
there's always two sides to every story.
Yeah.
So, and I just, I'm not gonna. I used to go to a club, and I'm Lebanese. I used to see Asians. I never said anything to a guy because he's an Asian. Just have a good time together.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it always takes one or two idiots to mix it up, and then just twist the story around a little
And now
bit.
it's a race thing.
Now it's a race
Yeah.
thing, but for what? And on 9-9, we never ever let it become a race thing.
Yeah, that's good.
We always quashed it right away.
Yeah.
So no, I've never experienced racism, nor will it ever happen in any of my clubs or any of my hockey teams that I ever play on. Believe me, it'll end within a millisecond if it ever came up.
That's
so
good to hear.
No, I know, exactly. And I
good to
appreciate that too,
Yeah.
because back in Vancouver, that's very apparent. But I'll move on to let's bring it back to hockey here.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that at the age of 25, you just lost your passion for hockey. Like, what caused it? Was it just...
It's not that I lost my passion for hockey. I actually got into coaching right away. I lost my passion for just training. That you're, the way you're supposed to train to get ready for the next season. I lost my passion for just, wanting to sit on a bus for countless hours. I didn't want to do it. What I do miss about hockey was, and it was different than, say, combative sports, where you're by yourself. You train with your team, but you fight on your own. I miss the dressing room. I miss the camaraderie.
Yeah.
I get it. We have a game and all that shit. It was after the game and just sitting in the dressing room and having a shower and the team meals that I missed. So I miss the camaraderie amongst everything. Now I stayed involved in hockey, and then a few years later, I was coaching, but we started to use it then as a mechanism to help others. And you talked about the world's longest game. So we've done the world's longest game now 3 times. So we have the Guinness Book World Records 3 times, and just to kind of let people know about it, can we get into it?
Oh, yes,
Talk about it?
that was the next
So-
question. There you go.
So long story short, so we're talking about the world's longest game. So about 2010, my brother had cancer. And one of my teammates, my brother again was in his 30s, and it was a rough battle of cancer. And a guy on my team, he had a 6-year-old daughter who had cancer. So I seen what my brother, and he's a tough mother, was dealing with. I couldn't imagine a 6-year-old going through it. So then I called that dad, who was my teammate, and said, why don't we do something to raise cancer or money for childhood, pediatric cancer, cancer research. So let's do a hockey game. So we looked up online, and the world's longest hockey game then was 243 hours. I said, fuck, this will be easy. A couple cases of beer, some pizza, 2 hockey teams. So to give you the rules, it's 20 on 20. You can't leave the arena. We actually did it here. You can't leave the arena. You can't trade teams. And if someone gets hurt, you can't replace them. So we said, this is going to be easy. Let's do it. It's 243 hours. I nearly died. It fucking nearly killed me. So I never slept for like 10 days. Like you'd sleep periodically.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was a piggyback actually off the Edmonton guys. So one of the Oilers doctor, Brent Sake, he does it in Edmonton. And then from there, the Buffalo organization formed. Wow. So now there's 3 groups of us that do it.
Yep.
That race. So we just did it last April, 265 hours. Literally, I thought it broke me. I was a disaster physically, mentally. It was the hardest thing I ever did. I never got my first nap until about 6 days in. My first nap until 6 days in.
Wow.
So put it in perspective. You guys train a lot?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your caloric intake in a day? What do you think you take in a day?
2,300.
What do you take?
Around that same.
And then what do you weigh? You guys you're trying to put on weight, right?
I'm trying to lose weight right now.
Trying to lose weight, yeah.
So I took 20,000 calories a day, and I lost 2 pounds a day.
Still
So
lost
that
weight.
I lost fucking 2 pounds a day. So that's how hard this was. And imagine your feet. So this is how cool these guys are. My feet are size 11. They grew
Yeah.
to size 13.
Oh,
So your skates, essentially, I had buddies that play hockey that are a lot bigger than me.
Yeah.
I wear size 9 skates. So skates are smaller than your shoe
Yep.
size. And I was wearing size 11 skates. And I couldn't even tie them. There's guys that if you have lace bite on the top of your foot, which I've never seen, it's pussing. We had guys with staph infections. We had, guys. We had one gentleman, my cousin, that played. He's the only recipient of 2 heart transplants in Canada. I think in Canada or Western Canada. He played in it. He ended up dropping. So these guys literally, one guy had hip replacement surgery. Guys had knee replacement surgery.
Yeah.
So these are the things that they're doing to their bodies just to save the life of a child. So it shows you how amazing these guys that are playing. Now we get a lot of guys that call and say, "I just want to play." Well, fuck, everybody wants to play,
Yeah.
because you want a world record. But I need
Yeah.
you to play for a reason. The whole point of playing is that I need a background story
Yeah.
as to why you're playing. So you're playing for a family member or something, and B, you need to be able to raise money. Now, if you can't raise money, that's fine, because I need guys on the bench that got good morale.
Right.
Because after 10 days of not sleeping, guys are cranky.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't need 40 assholes on
Yeah.
the ice. Like I need. You might get 1 or 2 assholes,
Yeah.
but the other 38 will correct them pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Oh,
So then we're just going through the process. We're going to do it next April. It's the last one I'm going to physically do anymore. So we actually have a couple guys that have played. They're younger guys in their 30s. They're going to take over the whole board after this game. So they're now learning the process. I hope this keeps going for the next 30 or 40 years. So we've raised right around $4 or $5 million.
Wow.
$4 or $5 million in the 3 games so far.
Wow.
Yeah. So this one I'm going to go with a bang. I want to raise $2 million in 10 days for this game, which I think we can. It's a wicked community thing. And we talk about the players. The players are irrelevant. There's just 40 guys. 1,637 volunteers to run the event. So that's how many volunteers we need just to run the event. So it's a wicked community event. It brings everyone together. And at that point, when we're doing that game in this rink, everyone forgets about government. Everyone fucking forgets about the issues that are happening outside of this rink. At the end of the day, we're all in here to try to save the life of a child. And if you come to the game, you will meet. I know this year was the hardest year. So in previous years, 2012, 10 and 12 and 14, social media was just kind of starting. You guys are a lot younger than me. But now with social media, and to see how far we've evolved in terms of how many kids are getting sick. So in the first game, we met 2 or 3 kids. And that pulled on my heartstrings, and you cry every now and then, and you go hide. So I'm a tough guy. I don't want to see anyone see me cry. This game, every 2 hours, another kid with cancer was coming in. So it really motivated us. But it just goes to show you how bad it's getting. And I get the world population is growing, and our food is different. The food you guys are eating now compared to when I grew up is a lot different now. There's less, there's less preservatives back then and less chemicals back then, because the world population was a lot smaller.
Yep.
Now they just got to mass produce shit,
Yep.
which is great. And you look at cattle, for example. I'm going to fucking sidetrack here, but you look at cattle, for example. Back when my day is a cow, when they went to butcher, was like 800 pounds. That same cow now today in 2023 is like 1,500 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So they put it. It's a tab they put in their ear. Well, fuck, when you butcher it up and you go to the store and buy it, it goes right into your system. So now you're starting to see some of these kids. I've never seen so many kids with diabetes and shit. And so the world's changed a lot. The world's changed a lot. Population's grown. And unfortunately, kids are getting more and more sick just due to the food they're eating and just, the environment we live in. So, we're going to do our part and try to raise some money. And, if it saves one kid, which it will save more than one kid, but if it just saves one kid, it was all worth it. So
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So the impact you guys are making is just,
Yeah.
you're making waves, because people, in Buffalo you mentioned are going to be.
There's Buffalo. There's also Edmonton and Chestermere. We just keep breaking our records. We just keep challenging each other.
Yeah.
So it's wicked. It's contagious. But the best part is when you leave this rink, and we have volunteers as young as 4 or 5 years old, they start thinking, what can I do different to impact something else?
Yeah.
And it might be the food bank. It might be the women's crisis shelter. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But people are leaving here, then I get 1,000 phone calls after, hey, could you help me with this? And I'm fucking exhausted. I am beat after this game, but I won't say no. So you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole point of it. It's just to motivate the youth, the next generation, to be compassionate and help people after them and help each other.
That's awesome. We talked about, help having the next generation take over. I think this is one way. You guys showing the way, you guys doing it differently, and of course the next generation seeing what you guys did will, be inspired and do something differently maybe. Whereas they can, they can use a sport for a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
Now we talked about you using hockey, and now you're in the boxing scene. Talk about let's transition to the birth of Olympus Boxing Club Chestermere.
So a little bit of history. The founder of actually Olympus Boxing is a really good buddy of mine, Angelo Habib. Angelo's a pro boxer.
Yep.
He's a fucking solid guy. He's as good as they got.
Yeah.
My son was boxing with him about 3 or 4 years ago, and my son loved him. He's like a big brother to my son. And then COVID hit.
Yep.
And obviously it kicked the shit out of a lot of companies. And then I started chatting with Angelo. I said, if you need, let me help. Let's team up together. I'm connected to hockey. You got boxing. Let's grow the brand. So over the course of time, while COVID hit, we started... we had a Northeast location, and then we just started growing. We ended up building an Okotoks location, a Chestermere location. We actually ended up getting out in Sitsica on the reserve just east of here as well.
Wow.
And then we got into Genesis Center. So we actually started really blowing it up and growing the name. And it was awesome. Now, unfortunately, just due to the world changing and economics, it just got a little too much in terms of managing all these clubs. So now we're at a point where I just run Chestermere. Angelo has the Calgary location. Jill runs the Okotoks location. Unfortunately, we shut down the Sitsica location.
Okay.
But the brand has grown, and it only grew because of guys like Angelo and his team. Like Kent was one of his first guys, so Kent came here to help us. Fab, Sam, there's some wicked dudes in this crew that helped build the brand. And with Angelo's help and his reach, we got more kids into the sport. Like a lot of kids into the sport. I think this club's sitting at about 160 members right now. Wow. And we got about 30 to 35 kids in our competitive stream right now. About 12 or so actively compete.
Yeah.
But the next 18 or so kids will be coming up in the next 3 or 4 months, hopefully competing as well. So, it's a great avenue. It's a great avenue for kids that don't play hockey, that don't play basketball or football.
Yeah.
We'll never, ever turn a kid away. It doesn't matter. I don't care, on your financial situation. If you can't afford it, you're a member of this club. We'll never turn a kid away. So, you'll work it off, like you will. Like at the end of the day, we're like a non-for-profit. So, if you can't pay to be here, that's fine. But you know what? At the end of the day, just help us pick up garbage. Let's go and pick up garbage outside. Let's go do some volunteering within the community. That's your method of payment. So if we're going to take the time to train you, you're going to take the time to keep this community clean with us.
Absolutely.
So, and it keeps kids out of shit.
Oh yeah.
Agreed. Now let me ask you this. So with boxing, how can it be like a transformative experience for like the kids, and how can it really contribute to their growth? Because obviously there's number one, discipline.
Yeah.
Like what else is there to it?
I don't want to sound like an old prick. Kids have changed from my generation.
I agree. 100%.
And how old are you guys?
Almost 30, 29.
27.
So you guys are kind of that cusp. Some of you are pussies and some of you are strong. But fuck it. You guys are right at that cusp.
Yeah.
Because your parents are kind of old school like my parents, right?
Yeah.
So you got smacked when you fucked up.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So,
The belt too.
but kids in their 20s can't say that.
Nope.
No,
Not at
kids
all.
in their 20s.
Nope.
Oh, Johnny, don't do that. My dad would have been, fuck you. Come
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
You'll never do that again.
Yeah.
So no, it is like the big, and a lot of these kids I find growing up, and I see this. I can honestly say this, and a lot of these kids that do come to us have confidence issues. A lot of these kids, and it's simply due to the fact social media. Social media, because a lot of these kids measure their worth in life by how many likes I got or how many followers I got. Fuck that. Those aren't your friends.
Yeah.
Those aren't your friends. You need that one friend that'll tell you, it's honest with you. You're a piece of shit today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, that's not a like.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck, you're a piece of shit today.
Yeah.
That's the guy that's going to make you a better person. So these kids are coming into this gym and they evaluate themselves, their value in life based on how many likes and followers they have. Once they get into this gym, man, boxing is a confidence builder. Throw all that fucking social media shit aside. I don't care for it. Let's build your confidence in let's work on your strength. Let's work on your posture. Let's work on your discipline. Once you get all that, then you're in line and check. They'll start opening doors for you because you'll realize your true potential. Not just sitting there and making a dumb post and seeing how many people, like how many times I can do a push-up or this. Don't get me wrong, I'm old. I'm new into social media, but I love posting that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck how many people like it. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing my bench press and my squats and all that shit for myself.
Exactly.
I'm doing it for my kids, so I'm around and I'm healthy. I'm able to play with them. Mind you, I'm a little fucked up right now from Muay Thai because I'm trying to spar younger guys and it's not working out for me. So I do it for my personal growth. And if one of my posts, and it does, I'm 47. Some of my buddies started training just because, shit, Alex, you're still training? Yeah. Well, why? Because fuck, I want to be able to move. Yeah. So my buddies are starting to train.
Yeah.
And we're talking guys in their 40s and 50s now saying, hey, can I come to the gym? Fuck yeah, come to the gym. Let's train together. Well, I can't make your class. I don't give a fuck. I'll show up. Yeah. I'll show up and I'll hold pads for you. Ken's here. We'll hold pads for you. So it's just about getting kids into the sport and building their confidence, building camaraderie, and just trying to build a stronger society. And it might not just be boxing. Like, fuck, you got Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many competitive sports out there. But the biggest thing when they come in here, they think they have to fight. You don't have to fight. I'll never put you in the ring. We have rec class. You can just do rec class, And when you think you're comfortable and you want to join it, yeah, we'll let you join it. And sometimes, you'll set up a kid just to win. I'll put him in with Ken because Ken's a really good fighter, and just can't let him just
win. Just let him
don't hit this kid, please. But just to build his confidence.
Absolutely.
And there's just ways of getting around it to build the kid's confidence and to walk out this door with the shoulders high and think, you know what, I'm a good person. So,
I love that, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Right? I want to bring it back to the gym.
Yeah.
And with everything that you built, because we want to build a solid community.
Mm-hmm.
What are some key tips to building a community like this that's so tight-knit?
Honestly, it's going to come down to your leadership. That's all it is, and I'm an older guy, I think really young, but I come in here and I chirp the kids, but I don't take it personal if they chirp me back. Like, I'm trying to build a team here.
Of course.
So, you're 30 years old. If you go in and I'm dealing with 13, 14-year-old kids and I'll come in here and, bust their balls about something stupid, I better expect to get chirped back.
Oh,
yeah.
And if I get chirped back and I get mad and tell that kid, shut the fuck up, I'm older than you, well, that's not going to build a team.
No.
So we have that respect. Now, we keep our chirps within reason. I don't come in here and fucking belittle a kid and say, hey, chubby, nice little titties. I don't say that shit to them, right?
Yeah.
They're harmless chirps. But it's just a matter of building that camaraderie. And if you look at one guy, and I don't know if the story is true or not, in hockey, it's a player named Joe Thornton. Joe's about my age. And I heard a story, and again, I don't know if it's true or not. The guy makes, millions of dollars a year. He's not playing right now. And they asked one of the players, what's Joe like? He doesn't play. He just comes to shower. He just shows up because he knows he's not going to play.
Yeah.
He's just there. He just to shower with the guys, after the practice.
Right.
And I'm not trying to make this a
of course.
a thing, but he just shows up just to shower. That's what makes him a leader.
Yeah.
Because the players absolutely fucking love this guy. And
right.
He's building that unity, and I try to do that. And a lot of things. So we have a bus that we rent. I make sure I drive all these kids to every fight out of town.
Nice.
I got shit on the go. I got 3 kids. I got businesses to run. But you know what? If I don't do it, nobody else is. And I can't trust Ken. He's a terrible driver. But we'll fucking cart 12, 13 kids in that bus, and we'll just drive straight up. And like the last trip we did, and I'm not trying to incriminate ourselves, we had too many guys. Ken sat in the trunk, so I don't know if that's going to get me in shit or get a bus. So
I need to get a bigger bus.
So, but it was awesome to have that many kids that actually wanted to come, and they weren't all fighting. They all just wanted to support each other. And I'm the old guy, but fuck it, we're going to get up there and we're going to support each other and do it. So it's just a matter of just gelling with the kids, don't take it personal.
That's awesome.
And if a kid crosses the line, you got to remind him, he's still a kid at the end of the day. They're going to say something dumb every now and then. Like, fuck, I got a 15-year-old. And
of course.
I'll joke with them, and sometimes they'll say something to me, and I'm like, okay, that was kind of funny if I was in the dressing room with my buddies, but at the end of the day, I'm your dad, so don't say that shit again.
Yeah.
So, then he'll remember. He'll know the limitations,
Of course.
But the door is still open to chirp me, and I'll chirp him back. So
yeah, I like that.
Absolutely. I agree. Building a strong community, you need that leader. And, like you said, because I played basketball my whole life, just having that guy where he doesn't need to score all the points, score all the goals, be the star in boxing. he's just there. He's just there. He shows up consistently. You know, I think that's a good trait to be a leader because people gravitate towards that, where you're always there, you always show up. So I totally agree with that.
And you talk about your position, whether you're a goal scorer, hitter, or fighter, your role is always going to change.
Yeah.
Like your role is always going to change in life. And I run, gyms. I'm involved in some oil and gas service companies. I could say this. Coming up in oil and gas and sales, I was kicking ass. Like, I was a really good sales guy, and I was doing really good at it. And then I got into a group of guys, my partnership with my partners now, and we started up an oil and gas service company. And my role was starting to change a little bit in the sense I'm getting older now. Like, I'm not the guy that can go out and party and shit. And I look at my partner Ryan, when he kind of took over. He's now a fucking kick-ass sales guy. So I had to adjust. It was tough at first. Like at first, you're like, "Fuck, is something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong?"
Right.
The world changes. Shit changes. You can't take it personal. And you see it in hockey. A guy used to be a 50 goal scorer, and all of a sudden he's only scoring 20 goals. Well, fuck, the game changes every year, and you see it in boxing. Like right now, Canelo's on top of the world. And you have that fight against Triple G. I think Triple G won. But Canelo's not going to be there forever because styles are going to change. We got a guy in our gym right now who coached the Slovakian national team.
Oh, wow.
He's bringing a style that hasn't really been seen in Western Canada. Wow. Now, the guys up in Edmonton at Wolf House, they've got a bunch of Ukrainian fighters. And when our guys fight them, it's a style we've never seen sometimes.
Right.
So the game is the fight's starting to change here now.
Yeah.
Western style, fucking just, battle it out and fucking we're tough as nails.
Right.
You're starting to see different styles come in. So the world changes, cultures change, family changes, work changes, everything changes. We have to learn to adapt. We can't take it personally.
That's awesome.
Just learn to adapt with everything else.
Let's go into the third topic. I want to pick your mind. Talk about mindset. I don't have COVID. How has being involved in two different sports, in your case hockey and boxing, how did it shape your perspective and mindset?
It gave me the ability not to overthink shit. I talked about it earlier. Sometimes you don't have a good game. Sometimes you have a great game. And the biggest thing is hockey was just, having that ability. And this is where the pros get really good. And they don't overthink shit. They don't take shit personally. Yeah, I get it. You have a bad day, just like you would at school or you would at work. Obviously, these guys make millions of dollars, so it means a bit more. But, it's just the ability to work through what just happened. And it maybe didn't go your way or maybe it did. Even if it did go your way, don't get fucking ignorant. Don't get ignorant. Say you're in business and I built a business, and not me, but say someone built a business and it sold for millions of dollars. Don't let that shit go to your head. Get on to the next challenge. And it might not be, maybe you got enough money now, but get on to the next challenge, and maybe it's helping others, creating a charity or a not-for-profit or some sort of program to help others, and that's the biggest thing. People need to learn not to overthink shit. Don't give up, if things are tough, and fuck, you're human. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the president of the United States or just a guy that's down on his luck who's living on the streets. Everyone has a bad day. And at the same time, everyone has a good day too. So it's just a matter of keeping even keel and keeping a focus just on living the day. Let's just get through today, and let's not dwell on shit. That's the biggest thing. Growing up, I never really heard much of mental illness and depression and all that shit. True. And a lot of it, again, I'm going to blame social media. I fucking hate social media. Because people take value in what people say about them and shit like that, and then you read shit and. And I get there is mental illness out there, but it's just a matter of now of my era. We worked through it. We had the ability to talk to people back then. We all had issues, but I wasn't shy to talk to somebody. Now it's almost like I get there's media that tell you come out and talk to us. People don't have that confidence anymore. It's changed a lot, and social media has really fucked up society.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I got young kids. You guys are younger. You don't have kids. This is going to get worse when you guys have kids.
Oh, I agree.
So I'm trying to impose, a little bit of 1970s style parenting on my kids. And thankfully, I'm old enough and to be more. I'm modern. I'm also a modern parent. Like I fucking do a lot of modern shit with my kids that my parents didn't do with me. But I also, discipline the way without minus the ass kicking. Yeah. But I still scare the shit out of my kids when they fuck up. I've never followed through and done anything to them, but just that look. Remember when your mom gave you a
look? Yeah, I'll never forget.
You soil yourself.
Yeah.
And you look at wooden spoons and shit. My kids will never know what a wooden spoon is. Like fuck. I was in an era because I was so big, and I know we sidetrack right now.
It
but
was all
fuck,
good.
my mom would kick the shit out of me with a fucking wooden spoon.
Same.
You know, and then
That was
she
the buckle, the belt buckle.
Oh, the
dude,
buckle.
same.
Yeah,
That's
the worst
the
is when your
I-
dad says, "Go get my belt."
Oh yeah,
I hate
that's
that.
when
I
you know
hate
you're
that.
done. You know.
Here we go. Here we go.
You know, but I remember getting the spoon and fucking it'd break. Now she's mad. It's like shit. Well, you hit
But
me
it's your
with-
fault. It's your fault. You made her mad.
So then the metal one comes out.
Oh,
It's like,
there you
that's
go.
like,
That's
fuck,
serious.
here we go.
A little harder
I really
now.
fucked up.
Yeah.
So, you know, but no, you know, in terms of mindset, it's just a matter if I can just not dwelling on shit. You know, and we're all gonna have challenges, and yeah, we're gonna try not to overthink shit. You'll get through it. And if you keep an even mind, you'll figure out a solution. You know, and if I can get emotional, don't get emotional. You know, and I can tell you that I was the most emotional guy out there, especially when I played. I blow a gasket, and then next thing you know, even in the streets, I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to fight a lot in the bars and shit. A guy used to bump me, but rather than just like brushing it off, it was fucking on.
Yeah.
Like it was on, and I did a lot of dumb shit. But it was a different era where, you know, today's society, I so much as look at you the wrong way, I can get charged. You know, I was in an era back then where, you know, all right, you got your ass kicked and that was it. You can't do that shit. So, and I try to remind these kids, you know, like, careful what you do, especially the kids that we teach at the boxing club.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever fuck up outside of here. Keep your mind mellow. If a guy gives you the finger, a guy tells you to fuck off, don't go punch him. Because the ramifications or the implications now, you can't cross the border. You're going to affect your job.
Yeah.
You know, everything now is about security clearance. You know, my era, that shit didn't happen. Cops would show up to a fight. Okay, everybody go home. Fuck, done. We're out of here. Shake hands, we're out of here. You can't do that shit anymore. So it's just a matter of getting these kids to stay calm. So
Yeah, the one thing I just want to comment on, like in this day and age with a lot of the kids these days, eye contact, like strong eye contact and a strong handshake, hard to find these days.
it is. And I'm going to lead to my kid. My kid won't walk into a room. If he doesn't know me, he'll walk in and shake everybody's hand. He goes a long way. You know, I want my kid to walk in with confidence and do that. And now when his friends come over, they now know.
They
Like my
say-
son will walk into the house and I got company over. I got all my bros over in the garage and shit. My son will walk in and shake everyone's hands. And at first, some of these kids were, what's Noah doing?
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, hey, you follow Noah. You might not know him. Introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself. You don't know who the hell you're going to meet in my garage right now. This could be your next employer.
Absolutely.
This could be your next agent. This could be anything to you. You don't know. It could be fucking nothing either. But introduce yourselves. You know, respect yourself.
Yeah.
Be proud of who you are and tell someone who you are.
Yeah.
You know, you come in, hey, I'm so and so. You know, don't sit there all shy and shit. Be proud. It's all about building confidence. You know, and I
Absolutely.
push that. These kids won't walk in this room without fist bumping each other. End of the day, you're a team. You know, you can't just come in and sort of say hi. Fuck that. Walk around this gym, fist bump everyone. And when you leave the gym, fist bump everyone.
I like that.
You know, and a lot of times I'm in a rush. Like, I got shit on the go. I got fucking companies to run and shit. I won't leave this gym without running around trying to fist pump every fighter
Yeah.
before I get out of here. You know, it's time consuming, but you know what? It shows them respect.
Absolutely.
You know, so
And you're leading by example.
100%.
That's what people need to see. Right?
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, if you want to be like a good leader,
Yeah.
people have to respect and literally try to be like you.
Oh yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to be exact, but like the values that you're instilling on other people,
Yeah.
try to have that and just replicate it.
No, 100%, man. So
Right.
hopefully these kids carry these traits. We got some solid kids here. And you can even see their work ethic. Fuck, they started training at 5. Right now it's 7:40.
Wow.
It shows
Still
you.
here.
Like, it's contagious because they see guys like Kent in here.
Yeah.
You know, and Kent's excited. You know, I know I can't announce anything. There's something coming up for Kent here shortly. You know, but these kids get fired up because they see Kent's work ethic. And these are amateurs, so they're putting in 3-4 hours a day. But they're starting to see the rewards of their work ethic. They're starting to win. Like, we've had some really good fights here in the last couple months. And these kids are starting to see the rewards of following a guy like Kent or Corey or Artem or Darcy. You know, our coaches have been amazing in terms of spreading confidence into these kids and just work ethic to become better people. So better teammates, which is good.
No, I love that, man. So, if you had like one piece of advice that you'd give to someone that wants to be a leader,
Yeah.
what would you tell them?
It's a tough one. I would be confident in yourself. Believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. Not be ignorant. Not be ignorant. You gotta be humble. But you believe in yourself. As soon as you believe in yourself, good things will come. You know? And that's what I got 2 daughters. And again, I got right back to social media. and I'm not knocking girls, but younger girls are heavily affected by social media. They are, whether it's their fucking eyebrows or this. And I don't remember going to a bar 25 years ago saying, "Fuck, that chick could be hot if she had bigger eyelashes. She'd be fucking hot." And if she put some silicone in her forehead and fucking bulged them out, she'd be even hotter. Like, the world has changed a lot, man. And then, I have a 12-year-old daughter, and she sees this shit, and I look, I'm like, fuck, these aren't real people. The people they're looking at aren't real fucking people. So, I'd say be confident in who you are. When you're confident in who you are and comfortable in who you are, you're going to be an amazing leader. And don't take shit to heart, because that's going to come with confidence. Because I'm not going to be a better person if I can't take criticism. If you didn't tell me, fuck Alex, you're balding. Well, I'm not going to sit here and fucking throw the desk at you. Maybe he's right. So that's who I am, and I accept it. I'm not really, though, just I shave it every 2 days. So I hate doing my hair. So just be confident in yourself. That's what's going to make you a better leader. And never look down on others. Never, ever, ever.
That's a big one.
My parents never ever talked down to us. They gave a shit. Like, I was different. But never, ever, ever look down on anyone. I'll never look down or talk down to any kid in this gym ever. And I deal with some of our younger 4, 5, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. And it's the way you approach kids. And I learned this through coaching. I'll never, kids. I had a kid today who swore. Not the end of the world. One mom was bent out of shape. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I had to go address it. I didn't go down there and fucking. I actually went and sat beside the kid. So I'm level with him. What happened? Nothing. Of course they're gonna lie. Okay, we talked about it. In the end, instead of giving him shit, we just talked about it. But I can word it in a way where he knows he's getting in shit. Don't do it again. So we're not gonna make a big deal out of this one this time. So, just a matter of never talk down to anyone, because you'll lose their respect fast. The second you talk down to someone, they're not going to respect you, So, and then they'll talk shit behind your back, and people will believe them, and you're going to lose other people's respect. So, be fair, And if people do talk shit behind your back, and you're a leader, sit back. Karma's a bitch. At the end of the day, I'm not getting religious. God will take care of everything.
Yeah.
Don't be revengeful. I'm not saying it's not gangster shit. This is business stuff and life stuff. People always talk shit about each other. Just fuck whatever. It's water under the bridge. So
the biggest thing that that I've started doing, because believe me, when someone talks shit about me, I'm doing something, right? The biggest thing is just don't react to it. Right?
It's irrelevant.
Exactly. Just let it happen. Like, who gives a shit? Like, what's their opinion going to be?
It's just an opinion at the end of the day, right? It's just an opinion.
If they're talking shit, it's because you have something they want.
Yep.
Always.
And they're trying to justify, like, fuck, you got some sick ink. I don't like mine. I want to talk shit about this guy.
Yeah.
It's just, you got something that I want, and the only way I'm going to feel better is I'm going to talk shit about you, and I'm going to tell him that you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So it's irrelevant. And don't react. I just don't fucking react. Biggest thing in hockey too. You see guys skating down the ice that are cross-checking, trying to get a guy to fight. Don't react. So
let it happen, man. Right, screw you. Now, I want to bring it back to the hockey marathon.
Yeah.
So, dude, 262 hours.
265 now.
265 now, right?
I'm gonna fucking die.
Dude, so like mentally, that must have just broke you down. How many days is 265 hours?
10 and a half days straight.
How did you guys go to the bathroom?
So you want to talk about? So this is how dumb we are. So our first game, we fucking brought beer and pizza, and we didn't really plan well. You sweat like a mother. You sweat a lot.
Yeah.
And what do you need to shit?
Yeah.
Water. We had no fucking water in our bodies.
Oh, it was just beer.
Well, you couldn't fucking shit for 10 days. You were fucking bunged up, man.
Damn.
You're eating pizza. Like, fuck, it was like brewing in there.
So that's
like,
all you literally drank and ate?
No, I never, but we never ate healthy. Back then, there wasn't BioSteel or any of that shit, right?
Yeah.
We never thought of bringing Pedialyte and all that stuff. You're talking a bunch of 40-year-olds that are just coming for a good time.
Yeah.
We quickly realized in 4 hours, what the fuck did we just do? This is stupid. Like, this is really stupid. So I lost track of what you asked again. So
no, how did you guys go to the bathroom?
Oh yeah, so fucking same thing. Like, it was just I talked about us shitting, but yeah. So you sweat so much, you actually don't. There's dressing rooms are right there. So the way that works is you do a 4-hour shift on, 4 hours off.
Okay.
It's a cycle. And then every other shift, it's an 8-hour shift. There's a full schedule. But as soon as someone gets injured, which is inevitable, someone's going to get injured.
Definitely.
You could get injured. You know, I'll tell you, in our first game we did it, we had 2 guys pulled out in the first 4 hours because they had family members pass a cancer.
Oh, wow.
So right off the bat, we were fucked.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I was going straight to 6-hour shifts. And I was going to have shorter breaks. And then more guys got injured. Next thing you know, you're on the ice for like 14, 15. We have one guy, Terry Ferguson. Fuck, if he wasn't doing 16 to 18 hours a day on the ice. Like, he wasn't moving very fast.
You know, just skating, playing hockey for 18 hours.
Just coasting at that point, yeah. Like, it was tough, man. It was tough. But like I said, we'll get you through it, though. You're sitting on the bench, and a 6-year-old walks up with no hair.
Yeah.
You know, and no eyebrows. And that kid just finished fucking, you know, chemo and shit like that. And you're like, you know, this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I break down because I'm thankful I have 3 kids and they're healthy, and so I get all emotional because I see this kid and I realize how blessed my kids are. You know, or my friends' kids. So
Exactly.
yeah, it was the kids that get you through it. It was the kids, and I'm, you know, a lot of kids killing time at night. They would put signs around the ice, around the glass. Yeah. You know, as long as you're forward moving, that's all Guinness Book wants. It's not like an NHL game, but you just skate around and. It's 5-on-5. When you have the puck, you skate slow and you just read a sign. It keeps you going. You know what I mean? So, so that's what kept us going. So, you know, but in terms of the game, I'm excited for it. It's my last one. I'll be 47 years old. Yeah. You know, is it going to be hard to walk?
Is there like a location? Is there
right here, Chestermere Rec Center. Again, we do it in Chestermere. So logistically, organizing the game is one thing, but it's having the venue to be able to have 40 guys sleeping. You know, we can't leave the rink. Guinness won't allow you to leave the rink, so it's like a real game. You know, we build a mini hospital essentially in the curling rink. So we take all the ice out and do that. To have the chef, to have the ability to make, the meal of choice was grilled cheese sandwiches. Probably why we couldn't shit. They're probably making like, I'm not lying to you, 300 or 400 grilled cheese sandwiches a day. Yeah,
definitely.
You know, like in an average shift, I'd be sitting in a 4-hour shift. I remember one time I had like 6 cheeseburgers, probably half a dozen KFC like pieces.
Yeah.
God, what else? A couple pizzas, Jamaican meat patties. I don't know if you guys are from Calgary. Jamaican meat patties.
Love it.
You know, and it's so, which is the last thing you want is your ass on fire when you're fucking skating around. You know, but like, and you would eat it. But you wouldn't even get full. No cramps. So, you know, that's how your body's burning. It was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. But I'll do it again. I'm going to do it one more time. And then hopefully the next crop of guys take it over. I'll be around to help them organize going forward. But I think physically this will be my last one, and we'll go from there.
Well, at least you guys are more prepared this time around.
Yeah.
We've gotten better year after year.
Yeah.
So like last game, I'm telling you, we've never went through so much PD. Like, you know, just the hydration and just to avoid the injuries. Yeah. CBD. You know, I'm not a guy that's into marijuana or weed or any of that shit. You know, and I was a little hesitant 4 or 5 years ago when someone said, try this CBD. CBD's been amazing. Yeah. Like, fucking amazing. You know, and learning about magnesium sticks and stuff like that. This is all holistic shit, right? That I'm not into. My generation just ice on it. Yeah. So I'm learning a lot from your generation in terms of the products that are out there right now. And it got us through. And people are showing up with shit. Put this on your elbow. Put this on your knees. Put this on your hip. And it actually works. So I'm excited for next year. You know, I've learned in the last 3 or 4 years on how to take care of my body. Yeah. And this will be the next, again, like you guys, you know, I try to challenge myself all the time. I'm constantly in the gym. I'm only doing this to save the life of a child if we can, but it's also personal to make myself better. Can I still do it? And it's pushing me daily to train.
Awesome.
For an end goal, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you talk about the mental side of shit. So imagine I run this. And I got to keep other guys' emotions in check when I want to fucking kill guys sometimes. But I got to put a smile on it. And this year was the 1 year. It was like day 5 or 6. I haven't slept in 6 days. It was like 2 in the morning. We're playing. And I'm very hard on myself in sports. And shit wasn't going right for me with the puck. Which is stupid. Remember, don't overthink shit. But I was overthinking shit because I haven't slept in 6 days. Getting frustrated, and I was about ready to snap. And I skated by the bench, and I heard one of my old teammate of mine from junior was playing. It's like, Alex is going to snap. As soon as I heard that, I knew that I needed a break. Yeah. So rather than me blowing a gasket, I fucking opened the gate. I went to the dressing room, turned the lights off, and I lied down. Like I said, I'm done now. Like, you know. So it's a matter of just keeping the in keel. I could have been a dick out there. Could have went and hurt a bunch of guys, but for what? Yeah. You know, so... You know, and that teaches you to be a leader. Like, when you're trying to get 39 other guys through this, I can't be an asshole. I got to, be confident with my ability and not overthink shit. So. You know.
So when is it in April again next year?
It's going to be April 5th to the 16th next year, 2024. So it's www.hockeymarathon.com. Our goal is to raise $2 million, 265 hours.
Yeah.
But this all leads to other things. And we've raised almost, in the last 18 years, probably around $7 million locally. So this is just one event. We've done other numerous events. This thing has spurred off and created other numerous events. So, to help the community, not just Calgary, but Calgary and area. So all of our charities that we do, that we get involved in, are typically entailed to youth.
Wow.
The one that we just did now, we just did a big donation, was Fresh Start. That one was to mental health and it was to addiction, actually. Just because, no matter where you're at, whether you're in Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, addiction's terrible right now. So we kicked a little money back to the adults. Typically it goes back to the kids.
Yeah. I like that. You're just creating ripples.
Yep.
With the hockey marathon?
It's been awesome, man. Honestly, it's been cool, and it's spurred off a lot of cool things. And I probably helped create about a half a dozen non-for-profits in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Just from people that have reached out from it. So,
Now, I want to ask you this, because you've been creating just avenues, whether it be through Olympus, through hockey marathon.
Yeah.
How has the mindset of giving influenced your perspective on success or fulfillment?
In what sense?
So you've been giving back, right?
Yeah.
You've been giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Do you obviously feel fulfilled, right? And has it really influenced your success as well? With everything that you've been doing?
No, because I've always been the same jackass. Nothing's changed in my world. If you talk to my buddies, we go to I go to my corporate job in a day, and I don't talk to them different than I'm talking to you guys right now. It hasn't. I'm still just Alex.
Still Alex.
I'm just the guy from the Northeast that was an idiot growing up and did a lot of dumb shit. Thankfully in a different era where you couldn't get charged, and and I just learned from it. But I was always honest to everyone. And with all these kids, there's no fulfillment. I'm not doing this for any fulfillment. Every time we get an award, I just got nominated for another one, and immediately I reply, I'm not doing this for any acknowledgement or accolades. If you're doing this for any accolades or acknowledgement, you're doing it for the wrong fucking reason. You're doing it for the wrong reason. And I've withdrawn my name from numerous awards just because I'm not doing it for that. My parents raised me to be a good person, to help others. My friends, whether it's Marco, Luch, my brother, Chris, those are my friends, and they know we're all the same. We were raised just to help each other. As much as we're assholes to each other as our buddies, because guys are guys, we're always there to help each other. So no, there is no fulfillment. I'm not doing this for self-fulfillment at all. I'm doing this because I'm not getting religion, but God put us on this earth to help each other. And to see someone not surviving or struggling and shit, God didn't put us on this earth to fucking segregate us by class or by fucking color or by whose shirt's nicer or whose car's nicer. I've had a little bit of success in business. My life's never changed. We're in the same house we've been where my kids are born. I could have went and built a bigger house or got a nicer trip. For what? For what? So my kids can go live on an acreage and fucking hang out by themselves and look at social media and evaluate their self-worth. Fuck that. My kids get out on their bikes and they ride around the community. They skateboard, they play hockey, So that's why I love my street. We got 17 kids in our street, 17 years and under, and it's the only reason I don't leave. I absolutely love it. God put us on this earth to help each other and be happy with each other. So it drives me nuts, man. And I tell someone, this is where North America is different than others. So I was telling one, and the Philippines are probably similar, because you guys are Filipino, right?
Yeah.
In Lebanon, if you see someone that's homeless on the street, you don't just walk by them. You fucking go buy them a sandwich, or you make sure they're okay. Probably similar in the Philippines. If you see someone down on their luck, you help them. I walk downtown, and I'm not saying people are all like that, but fucking 99% of Calgary is like that. The city I grew up in, that shit never happened. But now, and I get it, there's a lot more people around.
Yeah.
But even my partners, I'll always stop, and I'll try to stop and, give the guy $1 or $2. Not everyone has the means to do it, but I'll still make sure, how can I help you in any way, right? So, society's changed a lot, man. And if we can do anything we can to change the mindset of a couple kids, to turn around and, fuck, you know what? Coach Kent helped me. Coach Artem, Coach Corey helped me. I got to go back and I got to help the next kid because, that's why God put me on this earth. And I'm not getting religious again, but this is why we're here, is to make it easy for each other. So,
totally agree.
Purpose.
So, it's all about the purpose, again, not doing it for gratitude or any fulfillment. It's just doing it for the right reasons, man. And I think that's the way to go.
And I've never, I see some other podcasts and you talk about it. And guys are talking about their self-worth financially and shit like that. Go fuck yourself. At the end of the day, you can't take it with you.
No,
you can't take any of that shit with you. I've had a lot of friends pass away, unfortunately, that had fucking piles of money.
Yep.
You know what? You go in where you came. You go into the earth the way you were born with nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what? So, and that's what I want to push on these kids. Just be grateful for who you are and the team that you have, but fucking do what you can to make it easier for the next person. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Love that, man. That's what we need in this world. We need more good in this world, man. Because there's so much, like you said earlier, the world's a fucked up place.
It is.
You just have more and more people like yourself.
Yeah.
Dude, just imagine the change that would happen.
Yeah.
Right? And then right now, I'm not going to get into, again, I'm not running for politics, so I say this.
You said that like 8 times already, Alex.
And I'm very adamant. I got a lot of friends that are politicians, and I tell them to their face, and I'll never talk behind anyone's back. They have fucked up the world. They have created so much fucking divide.
Yep.
And I'll sit there, and especially in a boxing club, and with many different cultures, and I'm just going to use, and I went through this actually a bit ago, and it was a kid that was pissed at another kid because he was a religion from a certain country. I sat there, I'm like, why are you pissed at him? A, you've never been to that country, and why are you pissed at him? Well, because his religion did this to them. So hold up. Your religion's actually very similar to his religion, if you actually look at it. Religion didn't fucking do anything to anybody. It wasn't decided by religion, it was the fucking government that did that. So you need to step back. Don't fucking be mad at someone who's never been there, nor have you, because of his religion. His religion had absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, there isn't a religion out there that preaches for me to hurt you or for you to hurt me. At the end of the day, religion's all about peace and taking. And there's thousands of religions out there, but there's no religion out there that says induce violence on each other. It's fucking government that creates divide. And it's just a matter of these kids now teaching them to put their political beliefs aside. Everyone's gonna have their political beliefs. I don't care if you're conservative or liberal or whatever. Put that shit aside, man. At the end of the day, you're one. You bleed red.
Yeah.
I
like it, man. I like this, man. It's all very true. The government has messed up a lot of things, especially with the big C word that happened the past few years, which we won't really get into because we might get messed up here.
We're going to a different place to do that, but let's close it out. It's pretty much. You mentioned the next hockey game in April 2024.
Yeah. Next
year, but what else is next for you?
Man, there's so much. We also run a massive hockey tournament called the Oil Olympics. There's we have a bully ride that we do every year to combat just bullying in general, which why the boxing club's great to build confidence for kids. There's just so many things out there, man. There's so many cool things happening in the community in Calgary and area. Working on a couple things actually with some guys in Vancouver right now. So just trying to make the world a better place, man. And if I encourage guys, whether in any, your podcast followers, if they have any ideas that they want to work on, reach out to me.
That's awesome.
And we'll help you start it. And we don't do it for money. I don't want fuck all. I'll give you my time. If you're willing to do it and help the next generation or a group of people, give me a call and I'll help you out for sure. It's just a matter of learning how to achieve. And I tell these people, there's a mechanism to it. And I'm going to cut a little bit of a secret to people. When I see, example, fundraisers, you guys probably been to a lot of fundraisers. The best time to do a fundraiser is right around April, right around February, like March, April. And people don't understand why. I see guys doing fundraisers in July and August. Most corporations fiscally have already spent their money then. So what better way than for me to actually target a company that just announced their Q4 results? So I'll see, you'll post, hey, I just made $100 million. Okay, great, I'm going to fucking email you. Congratulations on your 2023. Well, thanks, Alex, I appreciate it. By the way, here. Well, it's pretty tough for you to not give me fucking $10,000 when I just congratulated you on fucking making $1 billion. So it's little things like that, teaching guys when to throw these events. Wow. People do them at the wrong times of the year. You're doing them at the end of the year when there's no money left. So right now we're looking at 2024, the longest game. We've already hit everybody up. Most boards are going to sit down in September to determine their fiscal 2024 budget. So there's a strategy to doing it. You know, and I've learned this over the course of working with numerous charities and stuff. So, you know, so I encourage guys, if they want to fucking start a non-for-profit or a charity of some sort, reach out to me and we kind of give you the tidbits and as to what. So we want to see everyone succeed and help the less fortunate. So
Absolutely.
And how so for anyone that wants to get involved with like volunteering or just helping out, where can they do they reach out to you?
Yeah,
Is there a
reach out to
website?
me. My Instagram is at Hockey Marathon. It's me and my 3 kids on there. We also have a Hockey Marathon Instagram. I kind of stole the name from the first game. This is when social media first came out. You're only allowed to have one account. So that's why I'm the original Hockey Marathon.
Yeah.
So now we have 2 Hockey Marathon accounts. Just go on hockeymarathon.com, the website, and just log on and send us an email. We're always looking for volunteers. And if it's not that event, man, a lot of people need help out here. So we can use you.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Now let's jump into the last question here. I mean, we usually ask for your socials, but you already plugged it. So, last question, Coach. Last question here, Alex. Who should be our next guest on our podcast? And of course, if you've mentioned that person or people, could be more than one. You gotta help us plug them.
Does it have to be an athlete? Do you want an athlete?
Has to be. Doesn't matter. It's who should be the next one.
Gosh. I don't know. There's so many good people out there, man. I can't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. It's got to be... You guys gonna edit this?
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Let me just think.
Take your time. Be athlete, business owner.
Someone that makes
You know what?
waves.
Yeah. One person I would reach out to. So this guy was a big part of my life. His name is Paul Colburn. Paul was a gentleman downtown who's built numerous oil and gas service companies and all that. So Paul was a gentleman that actually believed in me and got me into the industry. So, you know, there's a guy on the corporate side. There's a guy that's, you know, done a lot and helped thousands of people in terms of their careers. And not only that, in terms of sport, because he owns gyms like that. So, you know, so that'd be one guy that means a lot to me in my world. It'd be a gentleman named Paul Colburn. And if those that don't know him, Google him. The guy's been amazing. Like, he's helped so many people in the community, whether, you know, through their corporations or through sport or through charity, achieve their goals. So he's a big part of my life and in terms of doing what I've done so far because he believed in me. So
Absolutely. Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Love it. Paul, we'll be reaching out.
sounds good. Yeah,
Awesome. So again, your social is Hockey Marathon on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, so be sure to follow Alex at Hockey Marathon. If you guys do want to get involved, go on his website, hockeymarathon.com.
HockeyMarathon.com. You
We'll
got it.
obviously put that in the description box as well.
Coach, thank you. Thank you for
there
being
you go.
here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's been great. But yeah, anything you want to highlight or anything before we close this out?
No, you guys are doing amazing things. Honestly, you guys are doing amazing things in the community. Your show's inspirational. And when I watched your show with Kent, it fired me up. And I'm a pretty hyper dude and a pretty fucking positive guy.
Appreciate
When
it.
I watched that show, man, it made me a happy dude. And I'm excited to be part of this and looking forward to watching future shows going forward.
Again, we're in the same reason, man. We just want to share other people's story and, you know, build leaders. So that's where we're at.
Thanks for everything,
All
guys.
day.
Sir,
Again, Alex, thanks so
appreciate it.
much. And
Are we going to get in the ring and fight now?
Oh yeah, come on, this is
Let's film it.
This is it. We're gonna record that
You guys are talking shit earlier. We got to settle it.
after this whole episode.
yeah, right. Until next time, guys. My name is MP.
My name is Stefan SB, and we have
Alex Halat.
Until next time, guys.
Bye.
We out.